Before I tell you where we are and what we're doing today, I need to first give you some instructions because you're actually in charge of this video. You're actually watching this video in a way that you may have never watched it before, all thanks to my 360 camera. The video right now is a 360 image, which means it can be viewed any direction, any particular way that you want. Now, you may not be able to see me right this moment, but I'm going to tell you how to change that. If you're watching on a smartphone, a tablet, or any device with a touch screen, all you have to do is put your finger on the screen and move it around, and you could put the image wherever you want, whether it's facing me or forward, up, down, sideways, whatever you want, you can control the image with your finger. If you're on your computer, all you have to do is use your mouse. Left click, drag on the screen, put the image where you want. If you're on your smart TV at home, all you have to do is use your remote with your directional keypad, and you can manipulate the image to look where you want. Now, there's a couple upsides to this and a couple downsides. The upside is that, for one, I don't have to really do any editing other than just put the footage out and you guys pick where you want to view. Also, it's completely interactive. Each person that watches this, each person watching this is going to have their own unique way of watching it, and whatever they want to view is up to them. Downside, though, is that quality is sacrificed a little bit. It's not the best quality as normal video, and also I know not everyone's going to want to watch a video like this. Some people just want to put it on and let it go. You don't have to adjust it if you don't want to, or you could adjust it and let it go, but you can also adjust it as the video goes on to look at different things. It's completely up to you. This is not something I plan on doing a lot on my channel, but I am open to new ideas, trying new things, and based on feedback at the end of this video, I want to hear if you think this is something you would like to see once in a while at certain locations, or if no one likes it at all, well, I know not to try it again. With that out of the way, though, we are coming to you from the Thomas Darling Preserve. This is a nature preserve that sits on well over 1,000 acres, and the highlight here is a blue trail that is mostly a boardwalk trail. It goes through swamplands, a spruce forest. There's a lot of nature around here. Leaves, for the most part here, have fallen off, but there's still going to be a lot of beautiful things to see. But it is a blue trail, 2.5 miles, and we're going to walk it together. I'm not going to have this rolling continuously. I'll break it up into certain parts for highlights, but throughout the entire video, though, if you don't want to look at me, you can look forward wherever you want to look, or if I do point out something to the right or left, you could control it with your screen as to how you want to look at that image. Also, to point out, if you're using a smartphone or a tablet and the image looks shaky, that's the device you're using shaking. So I recommend putting it down on a counter or your lap or something that's not going to cause it to move, because holding a handheld will cause the image to move. It's not the video itself, it's just your device causing the image to shake. So let's start moving. We're on the boardwalk here, and from what I've seen from pictures and videos, or at least short video clips advertising this place, it looks like a pretty awesome area. It also is open to hunting, so I am wearing my hunting orange hoodie just to be safe. And no matter what time of year you come, whether it's wet season, dry season, spring, summer, fall, winter, there's gonna be something different here to see. But the boardwalk is nicely built. It's wide enough for probably a wheelchair, I'd imagine. And I think at certain times there would be water here off to the right and left, but it hasn't been the wettest late season of summer like we've had before in other seasons, other years. I believe there are other trails here too, so you can venture off and go in different directions, but I am sticking to the blue trail, which I think for the most part is a boardwalk. You can actually see the blue right there on the tree if you look where my hand's pointing. So it is trailblazed. But as you're watching this video, whether during the video or after, I definitely want your feedback. I have seen videos like this before, and these are only capable with a 360 camera because it's recording with 2 lenses the entire time. And I actually got this idea from one of my regular viewers, Corey, who said that, oh, you should try this, Jay, it's completely awesome. He was showing me how it works. I'm like, yeah, I could do that. I haven't done it because I just didn't really think of it, didn't know where it would apply. But here we are, and I am giving it a excuse me, giving it a whirl. Now the boardwalk looks like it ends here. I thought it went farther than that. So looks like it's turning into a more traditional trail. And this is the spruce forest. So I guess that would have been the swampland or wetlands, which is dried up right now. But if you look up on the camera, a lot of tall pines here. And I do see a blue blaze up here, so we're just gonna keep following this direction. Now obviously here, this is not wheelchair accessible. Only the boardwalk is. Nice nature's carpet there on the ground. A lot of roots sticking up, so have to be mindful where I'm stepping. Don't want to make a face plant, because if it happens, you guys will definitely see it. And if you listen, you can hear the wind up above us, but down here it's actually not bad. Tell you what, this is a healthy forest. Tons of nature's carpet, even new growth pines right here, little tiny trees. And the trail is well marked. There's no confusion as to where you have to go. The blue blazes are every so many trees. Even these fallen trees right here, they've been there for a long time and got a good quarter to half inch of nature's carpet on them. And again, I was hoping to show you some fall foliage, but here it's almost extinct. A couple little leaves right here, but it's funny, on the way here things were looking pretty good, and once I arrived, well, now it's kind of barren. This is also considered part of the Poconos. Normally I would give you a map overlay, Google Earth kind of flying into this location, but that's the one downfall with this type of videos. I can't do any editing to it as far as overlays or images or anything else, so it's going to be primarily what you're seeing, just the raw footage. But the upside is that you get to choose what you want. Hopefully you're not staring at my ugly mug, but if you want to look at me when I'm talking, you're also welcome to. So we definitely hung a right, and we're venturing kind of parallel to where we started. And I guess some of the animals I've seen on the board outside by the parking lot is bear, deer, turkeys, obviously squirrels, chipmunks, various birds, maybe some pheasants. Yeah, this is a beautiful forest though. I can imagine coming here in the springtime or even in the winter, it'd be a beautiful place to take a walk. It's definitely a bit tricky to walk on. A lot of rocks, a lot of roots, a lot of different elevation changes. And from what I could tell, it's not heavily worn down. I don't know how often people come back here. I mean, there's a clear defined path, but I guess from what I saw in pictures and video clips, it looked a bit more manicured and worn down. But not complaining, just observing. Watch your head. Low hanging tree. Well, not that low, but if you're a giant, it might be low. In case you're curious about temperature, it's in the upper 40s. It is a windy day, but I'm protected down here. I can hear the wind above. I was going to wear my external microphone with the wind muff, but I don't need to because, well, like I said, we're protected down here. Oh, huge tree right here. It actually split off into two. Just lost my glasses. The other thing to point out, which I just thought of too, is if you were to watch this video more than once or you want to show to someone, you could look at something different every time. When I make videos, or 99% of the videos that people watch on YouTube, you're seeing what the creator is showing you based on their editing. But with this, you could see something different each and every time you watch it. So that's kind of neat, at least in my opinion. Came upon a little bit of rock stacking right here. And we're definitely pretty remote right now. Now the road that takes you here is a dead-end road, but there are residential homes along it. And on the way here, you pass a cement factory. Or I should say concrete factory. But back here though, you're pretty much on your own. It's pretty quiet, pretty remote. Let's see. I have 1 bar of signal. And it just seems like we keep heading deeper and deeper back. But I know it's a loop trail, so it should bring us back, whether the same exact location or a different area. What the heck was that? Something with large wings just flew over there. Ah, look what I found. Not wetlands, but wet. We have water. There's a little creek or stream flowing through here. I think this is kind of flowing towards the road. I think I remember driving over it on a little bridge. But the trail still blue this way, and it opens up quite a bit out here. I wonder why it's so open. It's like they did some... Oh, that would make sense. Power lines. So, big barren area, except for some new growth here. And this was all cleared out for these power lines. Stream's down there to our right. So this is paralleling it for a little bit. It's actually nice back here. A little bit more breezy. We're close to that creek again. It's right there to our right. Which looks like it may be coming from a larger body of water. But back here though, the ground is like a sponge. It's all pine needles. Super soft to walk on. Feet were getting beat up by the rocks and the roots. This resembles more like a game trail than anything else. And yes, we're coming to a clearing up here. Keep you rolling as we arrive here together. It almost looks like a beach. What do we have here? I don't even know if this is the way the trail goes, but yes, here's the official wetlands. Okay, boardwalk picks up again, so I think that's more what I remember seeing. This is going to take us, I think, through the wetlands. So I was incorrect. That initial boardwalk was not what I was thinking it was. Looks like water levels are down. You can see the normal height, about another 4 to 5 feet higher. And just a clear open landscape of swamps, wetlands, and some random foliage. I'm sure an abundance of wildlife. Probably some beavers and cranes, Maybe some eagles back there. Gorgeous spot. Nice open clearing. Does resemble a beach right here, but I think most times this is underwater. So the boardwalk, so the trail would have continued right through here on dry land, and we'd pick up right here. So this is the part I was looking for. I'm glad we found it. This is definitely not wheelchair accessible, but it is safe enough to walk on, obviously. It's 2 big planks of wood, and it's going to take us through a pretty thick area here. Definitely want to watch your footing, because if you step off, well, you could roll an ankle, could also dunk your foot into some water. But again, water levels are down from what we've seen. So I think normal water levels, there'd be water surrounding us right here. Now, if you don't see me, just turn the image to look towards me, but I just want to show you how it is for an individual to walk here with the boardwalk, with the vegetation. It is pretty thick here. Not a whole lot of room. I definitely recommend long pants, as you could attract some ticks or something else onto you. And if you were to come during the warmer months, this would be a lush green area. But right now, it's almost like a whole nother planet. It's like a barren landscape with just this old boardwalk coming through it. So it's really unique, and has come, I guess you could say, 180 from where we started from through that pine forest. So this definitely is calling my name more, although the forest is beautiful and gorgeous. I do like this boardwalk system. I like that there's wetlands here, and if you look around too, a lot of red leaves here. Pretty colorful right in this area, even like right here where I'm pointing. Nice vibrant red, and a gorgeous blue sky, no clouds at all. You know, this reminds me of those of us who grew up with the Nintendo Entertainment System, the Mario Duck Hunt. The backgrounds were like this, where you're sitting there and waiting for the ducks to fly up from the grass. For whatever reason, that comes to mind walking through here. And if you missed, you got that goofy dog laughing at you. I just wanted to showcase really quick, like, these colors, simply gorgeous. Especially between the red and the blue. And this is really overgrown. If you look down at the ground, I mean, you could barely see some of the boardwalk here. Not sure if they ever come through and maintain it at all with like a weed trimmer, but these may be what conditions are like. Maybe better, maybe worse, but either way, I am still loving it. And just like that, the boardwalk ends just ahead here. And I need to rock hop here because it's a bit wet and damp and saturated. A few more colors out here. If you look up to the left, some nice yellows up there. Oh, some big boulders ahead here. Just kind of randomly placed here. Oh, I see a tree stand out here too. It's someone's hunting area. So the trail basically goes right through the boulders here, so you could go up and over or carefully cut your way through. And right there up to the slight left is someone's perch. Something worth noting, we're still following the blue blaze. We're on the proper trail, and there's a fence here. Seems like a rather odd place for it. And it's just a short 3-post fence. Now, if I'm not mistaken, from what I read up, I think this does border some private property. But as long as you stay on the trail, you're fine. So far, I haven't seen anything as far as posted signs or purple paint. That fence is the only thing that we've come across so far that resembles something of someone's personal property. But 3-post fence in the middle of the woods. I don't know. It's there for a reason. I just don't know what it is. There's actually a lot more leaves back here. If you look up, a lot of the trees are still hanging on. There's still some greens. A lot of orange, reds, and yellows. Yeah, so back here, a lot more color. Maybe it's not as windy back here towards the front where the wind is stronger. It might have blown them off already. Back here, it could be more protected. But walking and looking up with my polarized glasses, it looks beautiful. Nice, rich, vibrant colors. So right now I want to let the camera sit here on the monopod. I'm gonna stand a few feet away. Just want you to hear what I hear, and if you want to move the camera around to look at different scenery, you're welcome to do so. The fence is back. This time it's a bit longer. This might be property border right here. Now, as far as I know, we are heading, I think, back towards the beginning. I think the wetlands area where that main boardwalk was the furthest most point away from the beginning of the trail. At least the way, that's how I'm feeling walking it. Also based on my shadow, we were facing the sun earlier, now it's to our back. So we are definitely going in a completely different direction. And the fence continues. It's weird because the fence is on both sides. So I don't know where the property boundary is, but again, stay on the blue blaze and you're good to go. All right, we've crossed over a few sections of the boardwalk. I didn't show them all. And here is something. Okay, please be advised, this trail goes along private property. Nature Conservancy asks that all preserve visitors be respectful of neighboring landowners' privacy and desire for seclusion. If you experience any negative interactions with the neighboring landowners, please contact the Nature Conservancy. So I mentioned that already. I guess we are encroaching on that area now, and kind of strange that they said if you encounter any negative encounters. So clearly marked back here to stay on the trail. Some more reminders: stay on trail, respect adjoining private property. Watch your head, low branch. And low tree. And a down tree. So watch your footing. Okay, this section's a little rough. Looks like there's some recent tree fall that they're gonna have to clear up. And one view I often show in some of my videos is the sun beaming through the tree line. So if you look up to the left top section, you can see the sun doing just that. These are some of the shots I often like to get in my videos. All right, we are heading back towards the sun now, so I don't think it's going to be too much further to our starting point. Another low tree here. I don't really understand how, but a vehicle just drove back there, a pickup truck. And we just came from that way, and I didn't see anything wide enough for a road for a vehicle. I don't know how that happened, but I heard a vehicle and just briefly saw it pass by. I don't know what to make of that. But we're still on the trail. Came upon a bridge here. Nice little wooden one going over this little tributary. And we have a clearing up here. I'm kind of baffled how a vehicle passed by. Now, you know what? We're back out to the power lines. And there's actually a road here. Okay, that makes more sense. I don't know where we have to go. I lost the trail. Does this sit here? What does this say? This has an arrow here. You think that's part of the trail? This is indeed the way we have to go. There is a blue trailblaze right there. So we have to follow this road. This road may or may not take us back to the trailhead, or it might bring us down to another trail system, but oh, look it. If you look to the right, there's an outhouse right there. It's like maybe a hunting cabin. We have made it back. We're now on the trail where we started. The trailhead's right up there. So once we came out to the power lines, we walked the road. The road took us right to the trailhead parking area. I just want to show you, this is indeed where we started, right behind me here. So a few things I did think about as we were coming along the trail. Depending on the time of year, one thing you may have to contend with is snakes. I didn't think about it, but it looks like prime snake territory, probably rattlesnakes in the right time of year. Also, I would never recommend doing this with flip-flops, sandals, or Crocs. Have proper footwear. You could easily trip, roll an ankle, something worse. Also, I wouldn't advise wearing shorts in the warmer months. If you do, by all means, check for ticks, spray for ticks. Think proactively about how to stay safe, because although it's a beautiful, gorgeous area, there are some hazards that can be involved. It's nothing strenuous. 2.5 miles, it's mostly flat terrain, little, like that, a lot of rocks, a lot of roots, but by far, for me, the wetlands area, the boardwalks were my favorite part. For whatever reason, any parks or trail system that have the boardwalks, I just find intriguing, mesmerizing. I don't know why. But by all means, please leave your feedback, not only what you thought of this trail here, of the Thomas Darling Preserve, but also what you thought of this video, where you're in control of what you saw. I try to give you some different views, eye level, down low to the ground, and some stationary shots. And if we were to do this again, I have a few ideas in mind as to how I can implement this type of video. For example, I can mount this camera to my handlebars of my bike, so when we ride around, you can control where you look. I could maybe take you to some historical areas, or maybe even an abandoned location where, as we're going through it, you control what you see. But again, it's based on feedback. This is not something I'll be doing a lot, just something to mix it up from time to time if there is enough positive feedback. But anyways, I want to thank you so very much for coming along and for joining me for my very first experiment of a 360 video where you're in charge. Thanks for watching, everyone, and until next time, I'll see you in the next video.